Yay!
And we're
Hello!
live.
We are literally live on YouTube right now, somewhere. I don't actually have that link anymore. Yeah, here we are.
My volume is being so weird.
I feel that. No, I don't want to search YouTube. I want to search YouTube. Thank you. Okay.
Oh my god. Like technical difficulties, we are 21 minutes behind.
Oh no. So we gotta get started then. All right. So welcome to the Professional Fangirls Retro TV episode. Attempt number 2.
Attempt number 2.
Yes.
Which means everyone who saw our old link is not going to be watching this one.
No, I know. I'm trying to rectify that. Just give me a second. Come on. Stop being stupid. That is not what I just did.
My computer is
I
being
do not want to watch. Oh my god, it's trying to make me watch nail art. I'm like, no. There we go. There it is. Okay, grabbing the link. Copy link address. Twitter.
Tweeter.
Come on.
Tweet the tweeters. I wonder if I can close my browser while leaving this window open and if that would help it play better.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now I'm black. Ooh. Okay.
It's connection today.
Right.
But we do have in our header that we are extraordinarily unedited.
Yeah, that's true. You get to see all the bloopers before we release a blooper video.
Or at least one of us learning.
I totally did my nails today.
Sweet.
I know. I'm like really proud of them. They look really nice.
Look at all these things I have, like this one.
Sure, you did better than I did, girlie.
This is a whole lifetime of being an obsessive nerd.
You've got a lot of the same shows I do, though.
That means we can talk about them instead of going, okay.
Right. Oh, what is that? Yeah, that's
Okay. Should we put up our spoiler warning? Does spoilers count on ancient shows?
I guess so, since a lot of these are kind of on Netflix now, and maybe people who haven't seen them might be like, oh, how dare you spoil this? Well, dude, it's the retro TV show episode. Why are you watching this?
Some of these shows are like 30 years old, guys.
Seriously.
Warning. Which is up for several seconds, so you have plenty of time to stop video and come back later. After you've watched 14 shows beginning to end.
If you can get through all 14 shows beginning to end.
Oh my god. You start.
Awkward and weird. Okay, so starting. Yes. Give me just 1 second. Hold on. Sending you a new link. Test it for me, please. If it works. Okay.
I was literally just half an hour ago talking about Sequest College. Hello.
Oh my god. That's actually on my list of shows. Sequest. That's like the second thing on my list. Oh my god, I love that show.
I mean, we were all like teenagers, and there was Lucas Wallencheck and his talking dolphin. How could we not love it?
How could you not love Sequest, you know? And of course, we have to say, you know, rest in peace to Jonathan Brandis.
I
That makes
know.
me so sad.
I'm still sad about that. Like, it's been what, like flipping forever? 20
I
years?
know. And but he also did the voice of Mosenrath on the Aladdin animated series.
Yes! It did! And I love that show so much with his skeleton hand and his weird
Yes.
fish.
Thing. Like seriously, I would literally only watch episodes that had Mosenrath in it because I loved Mosenrath.
Well, I mean, Brandis, how could you not?
Right? Was it? I really did not like Rodney Dangerfield as an actor at all, but I watched Ladybugs just to watch Jonathan Brandis run around in a girl's outfit.
With the little, like... Oh my goodness. I had almost forgotten about that one, actually.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
But like that whole thing about having a crush on the Disney prince, like no, I had a crush on a Disney villain.
Right? I'm looking in the wrong window. There we go.
Can't let
This is frustrating me. Sorry.
it's still technical difficulties.
No. Everything's working fine on our end. I'm trying to link Barbara to the YouTube video, but it won't.
It should be on the
Yeah,
it
I'm
should
gonna
be-
just send her straight to the homepage and hopefully.
yeah, just the homepage. It should be like showing in our header. I just redesigned the homepage today.
Yeah, I saw that. I like it. I suck. I failed at making us a banner because I just am a space cadet.
I was trying to do it like we were talking about, but I couldn't figure out on online Photoshop how to do a collage, so I just did a nebula.
I will try to get us one done this next week because I won't have so much going on because I'll just be house sitting.
Yeah, that's fine. I just put up that one
It's
for
working.
space filler so it's not ugly and naked.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that works for now, and I can make something else next week.
And I put up the playlist and stuff in order of what we're actually doing.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we'll discuss Sequest, I guess, first, since that's both on both of our lists, huh?
Sequest. Oh man.
I will
But
actually.
like if underwater.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I preferred seasons 1 and 2 to season 3, 4. Because was that a 3, 4, or was it just a season 3?
I only remember 3, but that doesn't mean
it wasn't a 3, 4.
Yeah, because I think each season was different. And there was like the first season with Lucas as a kid, the second season, Eloise brothers, and then the third season that was even further in the future.
Yeah. It was weird. That show
Yeah, they
was
kept
weird.
changing the show.
This is like I preferred the first 2 seasons, and then they got to the 3rd season, and it was like they jumped 40 years in the future or something like that. And I'm just like, oh, come on, that's totally jumping. Nowadays, I can sit there and go, that's jumping the shark, because I actually just rewatched Sequest on Netflix like a year or so ago. And I was like, really, like, I wish they had left it at the end of season 2 when they were in the ocean on the other planet and we just never knew what happened. I would have been fine with that. I actually would have been just fine with that being the end of their story.
Oh man, there's so many last seasons of shows that
Our life
shouldn't have happened.
Right. I could name a few shows. I'm sure we should do an entire show of shows that should never have gotten that last season.
Let me write that down right under One Hit Wonder TV, which was my idea earlier.
Yes, One Hit Wonders. Actually, I have a show on this list that would be considered a one-hit wonder show.
I've probably got a few.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I have Misfits of Science. Did you ever see that one?
no, did you ever see John Doe?
You know, that was when I didn't have a TV. My mom told me about it every week,
Yeah,
but
that
I
was
never
like one
saw
of the,
I saw like one episode.
that was like one of the very first things I ever saw Dominic Purcell in.
Yeah.
Realize that until recently that he was the main character because he had hair. But yeah.
Oh man.
But okay, Sequest. I loved season 1 of Sequest. It was just like addictive. And then season 2 was okay. I kind of had a crush on the smaller of the DeLuise brothers. I can't remember their names. I only remember Dom DeLuise.
The big one who went on to work on Stargate, and Michael is the younger one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because David was the third one who was also on Stargate. All three of them were on Stargate.
Nice.
But Peter was there from the beginning and directed a lot of the episodes. It was Dom, actually. It was a family enterprise.
Yeah. I loved. I really did like the idea of Michael DeLuise's character having the gills. That was a cool little twisty addition there.
I really liked.
I
like the idea of created life forms that looked like patchwork people.
Yeah, that Dagwood's character was. I remember Dagwood, so you know I was invested in that show because I remember character names. But Dagwood was awesome.
What a name, though.
Yeah. And then of course you had Darwin. I think every kid turned into that show for Darwin.
God, it froze on me. Stop freezing.
No, come back.
No. We are live, stupid TV.
You know why we're probably having issues? Because we're streaming it live to YouTube.
Probably, but it was fine when we tested the stupid thing.
I know, lame.
Lame. I lost my train of thought.
I did too. But no, I have to say probably the big draw for the show was probably, the whole idea of being in a submarine underwater all the time. And then you also have, the aspect of the talking dolphin. That had to have drawn so many young people into that show.
Darwin was like the best thing ever.
Yes, he was.
And the ship had those they called them whiskers, those little drones that floated around them for sensor readings. I always thought that was so cool. Like I've totally hijacked that idea for my own stories that I never finished.
Oh my god! I the very very first I'm having issues here. My necklace keeps getting tangled in my headphones. The very first fan fiction I ever wrote was like a crossover between Sequest and this other show that was on Animal Planet at the same time called Hollywood Safari.
What?
I'm not going to talk about Hollywood Safari because it was literally the dumbest show on television at the time. I just had a crush on the teenage boy in the show.
Oh man, to be a teenager again.
Right? Where you can have crushes and not argue with people about it.
Right? Those innocent times before there was the internet.
Right?
Although the time of Sequest, but people were all talking about X-Files at that point.
Yeah, there was internet when Sequest was on because I read Sequest fan fiction and would go on the Sci-Fi Channel chat because it was on the Sci-Fi Channel. I remember that. Like, they would show the re-airing of episodes on the Sci-Fi Channel. And I would go to the Sci-Fi Channel, and they'd have, like, a chat room where you could discuss Sequest or Sliders or whatever else back then when Sci-Fi actually had good television still.
When Sci-Fi
and we're trying again, Sci-Fi.
When they would collect up stuff off other channels, which is what they should always be doing to fill their schedule.
Yes, not making stupid movies that nobody watches, except for like
and everybody makes fun of
unintellectual people. But no, and I would miss my lunch break during school just to go to the library so I could go on the little chat rooms and talk to other people about these shows, because I didn't really have many friends growing up in high school and stuff. And it was fun to go in there and be able to talk to other people who were into the same stuff I was. And it's just like, I just remember that very clearly.
A computer that was internet connected until college. I missed all the really early stuff.
My sister got a computer when I was like 14. When she started college. So yeah, she got a computer when she started college. And when she was off at class or at work, I would get on there and go into little Yahoo chat and AOL chats. That's how long I've been online.
Oh my goodness.
It was like 20 years ago. Let's see, 20, 34, 24, 14. Yeah, 20 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. Wow, we're old.
We are. Thank you. Sorry. Somebody was going to bed. Now it's saying good night. But that bridges into like, I don't know. It was a big step outside of this tiny little Midwest town I grew up in, and then to discover the internet, and there's this whole world of people, and a lot of them were creepy back then.
Probably a lot of them are creepy now, but there's just more people to drown them out.
Yeah, you've got the kids, they get the warning, you get your warning from your parents about, oh, you be careful about giving your information out to people online. And you kids, you go, oh, no, Mom, don't worry, I know them. You don't know nothing until you meet the person in person, and even then it may not be safe. You know, I hate to put that out there during this very fun conversation, but I went through some stuff when I first discovered the internet.
That is apparently a common story. Like,
yeah.
Gotta watch out for early adopters of tech, I guess.
Yeah, it was a Yahoo chat room. It was like a pet-oriented one, and this guy, he recognized the name of a restaurant when I mentioned it in passing. I said, oh, we're going to the name of the restaurant for dinner. And he goes, oh, I know where that is. We should meet up sometime. And I was all for it at 14 years old. And I'm like, Mom, this person on Facebook or on Yahoo chat knows where the restaurant is, blah, blah, he wants to meet me. And my mom's like, let me talk to him. And she ripped him a new one. Never saw him again.
There was some creeper trying to come on to one of my nieces on Facebook, and her dad shut that guy down.
Good for him.
It was like, no. The internet's been around too long to fall for that stuff, weirdo.
Yeah, but okay, as for Sequest, I believe the first 2 seasons only are available on Netflix. I don't know if they've actually given us the 3rd season on there or not yet. I've had to go watch that on YouTube.
Netflix is a little weird with old shows. Like you'll get the first 3 seasons of a 10-season show, and then only scattered episodes for the rest of the run. Like, Netflix, why?
Yeah, it's like, come on, Netflix, give me my 3rd season so I can see how that series ended, because I really don't remember.
Oh, I only vaguely remember that they were all older in the last season.
Yeah.
Season started, and I remember going, what?
Yeah, I know. Wait, what? What happened?
But he's supposed to be my age.
I know.
He's all grown up and frowny. And that's how you play older when you're young. You frown a lot.
I guess. I don't know. I remember watching the third season on the Sci-Fi Channel, and I absolutely hated it. None of the characters acted the way they did in seasons 1 and 2. And it was like, I don't like this season.
I fell down a TV tropes hole a couple days ago, and somebody was talking about, in the examples things at the bottom, they were talking about shows that can't, and that was one of the ones, because it was like a different show every season. It only had the 3 or so, and it
had 3 seasons, and like the first season they were an exploratory field. They had scientists and officers on there. My dog is having a nightmare. Frasier, wake up. Thank you. He's like, what? What's going on? And then the first season
was much more sci-fi.
Yeah, and there was a little more hint of the military aspect to it. And then third season was all gung-ho military with Michael Ironside, and I can't stand him.
Is he one of those people with a face that needs punching?
Yes.
Wait.
Oh no, we have a she's trying to steal your drink. Moxley, come here, puppin. Cheers, Mike. We have visits from the puppin.
I put X-Files on this list, but that's not a retro fandom anymore because it's now back.
No, it came back. Yeah, but we can still discuss like the awesomeness that it was originally, because I'm still weary about the new stuff. It's like it's Scully and Mulder and Skinner, and that's really in the cigarette smoking man. Who else did we get back?
Yeah, so far it's a bit chilly. Like, it doesn't have that emotional connection that the original show had, except for in the funny one.
Yeah, where they were chasing the guy who changed into the lizard.
Only he was already a lizard who changed into a person.
Right.
He was a were person.
And then Scully stealing the dog at the end. That was brilliant.
Fucking awesome. That whole episode, beginning to end,
like,
was
she got
was
her dog back.
But I just watched like 3 episodes in the middle of the night on Chiller. And it's cheesy as crap in the first season, but it's also it's so sincere and a little bit snarky, and Mulder is a big old goofball.
Yeah, Mulder, it's like that goofiness of Mulder never left. It was still there throughout the whole show. It was just a little less pronounced than it was in the first season. Because the first season, they were trying to be that goofball sci-fi, I believe in aliens show, and then the storylines progressed.
And then they realized that they're more serious than that.
Yeah, but Mulder still kept the goofiness to Scully's, I'm deadly serious about everything. I don't believe in aliens. Ah. I'm gonna
and it had to be that way. It had to be that way because otherwise it would be like so heavy you couldn't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. They had to have some levity in there, because you think about the later seasons near the end when the show was about to come to an end, and it was just constantly dark and I didn't really watch much of the last season of X-Files.
One of the ones I watched was with Mark Sheppard, who is on every single show ever that I watch.
He is literally. You are not a sci-fi fan if you don't know who Mark Sheppard is.
Right? But that was not a good episode. But it was so perfectly first season. Random stuff like Mulder had an English ex-girlfriend that he kind of didn't like, but she still was trying to get him, and they never mentioned that again. And he was afraid of fire, and they never mentioned that again. Not even in the one where they were inside a volcano. That was fun.
Right. Yeah, no, he's fine. Generally, the way you have to look at it for shows that have been on for years, like the X-Files, or like me, I've been going through Criminal Minds, like literally mainlining it until recently. You notice these inconsistencies with the storylines, like things that the characters like. In season 1, Scully didn't have a sister, and then lo and behold, she has a sister. A couple seasons
And like
later,
two brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Like they made a very pointed thing to have her say she was an only child because she couldn't understand Mulder's feelings for his sister Samantha, who disappeared all those years ago, because she didn't have siblings. And then all of a sudden she has 2 brothers and a sister.
Yeah, it was very strange. And her dad was Colonel Hammond from Stargate, while we're speaking of Stargate and people being on there.
Yes. Yes.
It's that first season weirdness. Shows get strange. And back in the day, they didn't expect people to be watching 8 episodes at a time.
Right?
Or
when these shows aired.
Watching them. They didn't expect that.
Right. They didn't, because like back when those shows came on, once they aired, the likelihood of seeing that episode again anytime soon was like nil.
Yeah, like I watched every episode of the X-Files for 6 years until I started working and couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
Because if you miss one, like
you had no idea what was going on.
Or it cycled back around, and they only reran once in a while. They didn't rerun consistently.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
Miller, where they show it in the middle of the night so I can watch spooky old 90s shows when I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure helps the not sleeping.
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, it's really funny because I can actually with X-Files touch on my ultimate fandom. And I love doing that because it's like that seven degrees of separation or something, 6 degrees.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah, I like doing that with like the shows I watch because I catch actors that did bit parts in like X-Files or this show, and they went on to be a main character in my all-time favorite TV show that only got 4 seasons, 3 if you're in America, 4 if you're in Canada.
Yeah, but I was actually thinking about that when I was watching those episodes. Like, each decade has one big show where everybody goes through, and, like, everyone went through X-Files. You can find so many guest stars.
Yeah.
So many guest stars. And then in the early 2000s, like, Stargate was on for 10 years, and everybody went through there.
Yep.
Trying to figure out what show it is now. But kind of, it's sort of the Sci-Fi Channel at the moment because they film all their shows in the same place.
Because like even you can't even sit down and like watch Supernatural and go, oh, I know that actor from this, because they don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that there's more actors, so there's less repeating, or if shows are filming in different places or whatever, but
yeah,
the closest would be people crossing over from one show to the other on the Sci-Fi Channel, I think.
Right. Like the only thing I caught was like, okay, and now I'm gonna have to take a drink because I'm gonna have to mention 12 Monkeys. Was Peter DeCuna? I am so sorry, sweetie, if I said your name wrong. He played he was on the CW's Reign, and he played like the king or something.
I never watched Reign.
I didn't either, but it was like really interesting to watch the little tidbit he posted this afternoon on his Twitter feed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's such a cute little actor. There's Peter Dacuna. Yeah, I guess
there's a lot of.
He played Prince Charles. That's who he played.
Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Yeah, he played baby Prince Charles.
Oh, I love Bonnie Prince Charlie. It's a
Yeah.
holdover from living in Scotland, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Good night, teacher.
People show up on Orphan Black, but there's not enough.
Yeah,
For
I
that
heard
show.
that.
There's not enough of that show in existence for it to be the show that everyone goes through.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like 2 seasons worth of episodes in 4 years.
Yeah.
But we're off topic.
Yeah, I got off topic. Sorry. My turn to drink. I'll drink out of my pretty little owl mug.
It happens every time.
Hey, now I managed to not mention it the last show.
That's true.
Yeah,
You did very good last.
I did. I'm proud of myself. Well, if we're gonna let's stick with sci-fi for now. Sliders.
Sliders, yes.
Again, a show that the early seasons were awesome, and then something went horribly wrong. Oh yeah, Jerry O'Connell left.
But before that, the original creator and showrunner switched out, and because of that, the theme of the show changed, and that's why you had like conspiracies and Cro-Mags and
then you had
Quinn
Charlie O'Connell joined the show as Quinn's brother from another reality.
Yeah, where he had a brother.
And then they got sucked into a wormhole when Jerry decided he wanted to leave the show, and they came out as one person.
Oh. Great for the brothers' career, I guess, but weird for the story.
Right?
So weird. And the Cro-Mags. The Cro-Mags were so weird.
One of the episodes that I want to say, it was like season 1, because I've gone back and like rewatched season 1 several times over the years since it's on Netflix now too. And
yeah, we watched like 8 episodes accidentally one day.
Accidentally.
But no one, and then it just kept playing.
The one episode that sticks with me the most is when it was Germany won World War II.
Yeah,
and they had taken over the U.S. And
it was like all fashion.
I love that episode. Yes.
Back when there was actual, like, what if history went different going on?
Yeah.
Which was the point of the show. Or there was the one.
That was the original point of the show. Was
One of my favorites was the one where penicillin had never been discovered. And the entire populace was dying of a totally curable disease because they didn't have basic antibiotics.
Yeah, they didn't have basic antibiotics. And I loved that. The early seasons of Sliders were very political without being overly political.
Yeah, because they only had to like dip in and then they could leave. They could go, well, this is crazy, and then leave.
Yeah.
But all without Rembrandt Brown. He was the only one who stayed the whole time. And he was the one who was appropriately freaked out.
And then, like, of course, I have to point out it. He totally got the Sam Beckett ending for the series. We don't know if he ever got home.
That's another one that's on my list.
Quantum Leap. That's also on Netflix, folks.
It is. And it's probably close to the start of my obsession with time travel stories.
It probably is mine too. Oh, of course you're gonna freeze on me. Stop it.
Because there was that, and then there was reruns of the Time Tunnel.
Oh my god, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember Time Tunnel.
It was so cheesy. It was in the like it would rerun at the same time and on our TV, whatever the heck channel that was. It was like Land of the Giants, which was the cheesiest thing ever to come out of the 60s. And Time Tunnel, which was better but still had terrible effects.
Mm.
And like Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Oh jeez. I remember Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Where where whales would change size and something blew up every single episode. Like one of the control panels would catch fire every episode. My favorite episode of that show literally had a whale that changed size. Like it was big enough to bite the ship, and then they had to get in its stomach to retrieve some piece of technology, but it was just barely big enough in the mouth for a human to swim through somehow into the mouth of a sperm whale to get something out of its stomach.
Oh my god, I need to find this show and watch it. I wonder if it's like on YouTube or something.
Oh, probably. It's so old.
Like isn't everything on YouTube these days?
Somewhere. Doing that thing where they speed it up just a little bit and put that frame around it so that it's not copyright infringement.
Right. Or they make it slightly blurry so it's not copyright infringement.
Yeah.
But that's the Sliders in the early seasons when it originally aired. I want to say it was a Fox show originally, wasn't it?
I don't remember what channel it was on, to be honest.
I want to say it originated on Fox, and once upon a time, Fox had good television people. Once upon a time.
Before they decided that shows have to make their name in 13 episodes or less.
Right. Firefly.
Cough everything for the last 2 years that I've loved, cough.
I gave up on Fox. I don't remember what it was that made me finally give up, but I gave up on Fox.
Literally the only thing keeping me on Fox is Lucifer. And like that's literally it. They've canceled everything else I loved or ruined it. Cough, Sleepy Hollow cough.
See, I want to watch Sleepy Hollow, but because it's on Fox, I never gave it a chance.
If you do get around to it, watch the first season and then go, oh, it's so sad that this show got canceled after only one season.
All right, I gotcha.
So sad that the second and third seasons never happened.
Right?
Unless you really like a frustrating storylines, in which case then
I don't like frustrating storylines because they frustrate me and then I chew my nails, and we're trying not to do that anymore.
They're not good. But the first season is great. The first season has like a perfect balance, a perfect flow, and I think what happened was people saw it. Like the first season they were making it in a vacuum, and then the second season they replaced a bunch of writers, and the new writers didn't know what they were doing and didn't have the feel for it. And it totally went to crap.
Yeah, I will eventually watch Sleepy Hollow. It's just a matter of when, where, who knows. When I get done, mainlining 12 seasons of something.
Find something with 12 seasons just to watch it first.
Yeah, I actually started NCIS today.
Oh my god, I never watched NCIS until I was in Orlando for 10 days when my grandma died, and that was all that my grandpa watched.
Oh,
so for 10 days straight, that's literally all we watched, and I came away from that watching NCIS. I watched it live the 2 years after that.
Oh, Jesus. My ex, who I'm absolutely terrified is going to start watching these, so yeah, that's going to be great if that ever happens. He was obsessed with NCIS. He would watch it daily for hours because it would air on USA.
Yeah, it's
and
on
I
like
got
6
annoyed
hours a
with
day.
it. Yeah, and I would get annoyed with it and be like, oh my God, can we just watch something else already? I hate this show. And so when we split, I was like, I'm never going to watch it, never going to watch it. And it's just like, but I did like the characters when I wasn't being forced to watch it for 6 hours straight on end, day in and day out. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll give it another chance. And I think I watched like 3 episodes today.
They are fun characters, which is why the show is still on. And going into what, it's 13th or 14th year?
13th, I think. And yeah.
It's been on for so freaking long.
And that brings me to, Michael Weatherly, who left this last season of NCIS to go be with David, I can't remember, his girlfriend and his daughter, because she had his kid.
Yeah.
But Michael Weatherly, he used to be on another show with Jessica Alba, of all people.
Dark Angel. Which is another show. Second season was totally different.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I?
Because season 1, it was very interesting.
I didn't put that on here.
You didn't put Dark Angel on there. You are.
I did not put Dark Angel on there.
That show. Okay, this is one of my rant-worthy shows because the season finale, and I will stand by that to the day I died. They advertised that last episode as the season 2 finale, and then the show never came back. And
then canceled it after.
Yeah. And it pissed me off so bad because it was a huge cliffhanger, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. That is also on Netflix, folks. You can go watch it.
I think it was. Like they were about to have a showdown in a war or something.
Yeah, but it actually
but season 6 had Joshua.
Yeah.
He's a giant puppy, literally.
Yeah. I just keep randomly typing new shows as they pop into my head while we're talking. This show's gonna never
It's going
end.
to go on for hours because there's hundreds of shows.
No, we'll reach a cutoff point. I've actually only got 5 shows that I seriously want to talk about, but I have another one on here that ran the same theme as Dark Angel. And lo and behold, Dark Angel was a Fox show. That's the show that ended it for me for Fox when they canceled Dark Angel on me like that.
Yeah, that happened when I was in college. I wasn't watching it live, so I missed of it, and I came back knowing it had been canceled. But I was still pissed because I freaking loved that show.
Yeah, and I was still really big into wrestling back then, and I got all excited and hyped up because they said that the wrestler Lita was going to be on, and she was in the season finale. She broke her neck filming that stunt with Jessica Alba she did there at the end. There was this huge article about how she talked about how she was supposed to be a main character in the 3rd season and all this stuff, and then the show got canceled. And so now it's actually a joke within wrestling fandoms is that when wrestlers who are not retired sign on to be on TV shows, they get canceled because that's what happened to Haven.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, because what's his name? Adam Copeland was in for 4 seasons of Haven, and then they signed on his tag team partner from the WWE, and the show got canceled. So we always joke that wrestlers have the death curse.
Don't bring on the wrestlers if you want your show to continue. Wait till they retire.
Yeah, because nothing happened when Adam Copeland, after he retired. He had retired when he signed on to do Haven because he broke his neck.
So much neck breaking.
I know. Dude, yeah, you may break your neck if you become a wrestler.
Remind me not to
the death sentence we all thought it was. Yeah, I loved Dark Angel. I love the relationship between Jessica Alba's character and Michael Waverly. Oh my God, I wanted them to hook up so bad.
They wanted to hook up. They were the first openly wanting to be romantic ship that I remember in sci-fi. Yeah. They were dude, we are in love, but everything keeps getting in the way. The fact that we're both criminals and I have a genetically engineered virus. They were so shippable. So shippy.
They were from episode 1 when she breaks into his penthouse. It's just yep, you two belong together, smushes together. Kiss now.
Yeah, it was everybody running around saying things.
Yeah.
What on? Look, it's my friends.
Hello.
Good night, Sam. Good night.
Good night, little person. So to talk about another show that got the same treatment as Dollhouse and I already spoiled it. Dark Angel and Firefly. Dollhouse.
Another show that got the same treatment as the show we're talking about.
Yeah.
I never saw Dollhouse when it was on. I watched the whole first season on a marathon inexplicably on some other channel like 2 years ago. It was on like
I watched
channel or something.
I think I watched both seasons on Netflix. I never saw it on TV. But after I watched it, it was like superly bummed out because it so needed more than 2 seasons.
It really did. You could tell that it had a story arc that he was aiming for.
Mhm.
And it had so many actors that I love from other stuff in it.
Yeah.
So many actors.
Oh, it was James Cameron. I was almost gonna say that this was a Joss Whedon, Dark Angel. I thought for some reason that Dark Angel was Joss Whedon, but I was wrong. It was James Cameron.
It had that sort of a feel. It could have been Joss Whedon.
Yeah, so that's why I just went and looked because I was gonna say, well, Fox, do you have an issue with Joss Whedon?
It had the tiny, adorable, kick-ass chick motif.
Yeah,
Wouldn't have existed without Buffy.
Right? It seriously would not exist without Buffy.
It was like the sci-fi Buffy. And it had Jensen Ackles.
Oh my god, it did, didn't it?
It did. He was
I forgot about that.
One of her podmates.
Friend. Yeah, podmates or something like that. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Part of her group of whatever they call the groupness.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He was the one who was supposed to breed with her in one episode.
Yeah, I remember that. She was like a cat and she would go into heat.
I loved whenever random DNA would trigger for like plot reasons.
Right?
I was like, oh no, she's going into heat.
I'm literally looking to see if Dark Angel is on Netflix because I can't remember. I think I've seen it recently, so I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know if it's on Netflix. It was on El Rey. They would play El Rey in the afternoon. Plays old sci-fi shows.
Dark Angel is available on DVD only.
Nobody has the DVD subscription anymore.
I do.
You're like the only one.
Right?
As soon as I had the capability to stream on any device, I gave up the DVDs because then they were taking too long. Like even with the 2-day shipping, it would be like 1 DVD and then a week.
Yeah, what was it the other? We get 3 DVDs at a time, and we sent all three back at the same time, like a week or 2 ago. And then we got 2 DVDs, and then like 3-4 days later, we got the 3rd one.
Lame.
It was weird. Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
So lame. What's going on with your ear? What you got?
And now I am out of drink.
I'm like halfway. I'm going through it too fast this time.
I know, same. Okay, so Dollhouse. You've seen some of that or all of it? Have you seen all of it?
I've seen most of the first season.
Okay. That got like the most shittiest ending ever. Like a lot of people I've seen online, they like complain that like Nikita got a shitty ending, but at least they wrapped up all their storylines.
At least I got those last 6 episodes I'm refusing to watch.
Right. Those last 6 episodes you refuse to watch. You're gonna have to watch them eventually, sweetie.
I'm going to have to. Eventually, if I say it often enough, someone who was on that show will tell me to watch them, and then I'll watch them. But
But
currently, I don't want it to be done.
No, I know how you feel. I remember getting in. I started watching Nikita because I got back into Aaron Stanford because of 12 Monkeys. Why did I start watching 12 Monkeys? I think, oh no, I got back into Aaron Stanford because we got all back into X-Men and all that again. And so I like rewatched all my X-Men movies because, Aaron Stanford. And I'm like, well, what else has he been in? Goes and looks on Netflix.
Like freaking
I
everything
remember when
that I
Nikita's
never heard of.
I know he's even been in an episode of Mad Men, and I'm like, I'm going to dig through it on Netflix just to watch that episode.
I saw a GIF of that, and it was
Yeah.
kind of adorable.
Because I kind of want Aaron Stanford and Vincent Kartheiser to have interacted at some point, because that just builds on my it builds on my world.
But yeah, it's so weird because I love the X-Men movies, and then he was entirely off my radar until 12 Monkeys. And I knew that Nikita existed, but I didn't realize it was the same guy.
Yeah, that's exactly
never-
what happened with me, because it's like,
I'd never seen it until after 12 Monkeys when I went back and mainlined 4 seasons.
it was actually really funny. I can very, very, very clearly, there's the word I was looking for, remember seeing the X2 preview on TV, and I honestly thought that the actor playing Pyro was Vincent Kartheiser. Because I was really hardcore into Angel at that point, and I was like obsessed with Connor. Because back then, if you look at just look at Aaron Stanford, go find the previews from when they did the previews for the movie on YouTube, and they just only show him vaguely in the previews. You could see why you would think it was the same. Him and Vincent Kartheiser are the same actors. You put them next to each other, they look nothing alike nowadays.
But there was that moment.
Yeah, it was just that split moment, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, that's the guy from the Tadpole movie that my mom loved.
Oh. Yeah, I sort of feel bad because I love him so much now.
I know.
I feel like I missed so much time.
I know. It's like you look at the people on Twitter and stuff that go on and on about loving Aaron now because of 12 Monkeys, and I'm like, I wish you had been around sooner to give us more of Nikita, because I would have really liked a longer last season at least.
Yeah, but if there had been a longer season, there wouldn't have been him in
12 Monkeys.
There probably wouldn't have been 12 Monkeys since Terry and Travis were working on that too.
Yeah, that's true. Or if there may have been a 12 Monkeys, it just wouldn't have started when it did.
Everything would have been different.
Yeah.
The whole setup, the whole situation it was made in, everything. And I like it the way it is. It's one of the few perfect first seasons as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Well, we can actually talk about Nikita. It is a show that is no longer on air.
It's true. The fandom is still around a little bit. It surfaces on Tumblr once in a while.
Yeah, same. It does surface every, once in a blue moon, I actually follow a couple of Nikita and Michael role players. And
Really?
they ignore me when I've tried to interact with them, so you could just go be in your little clique. I don't care. I have fun role playing with other people. But yeah, every once in a while, a gift set will pop up on my Twitter, my Tumblr, and I'll be like, "Oh, hello."
I'm always so happy when it does.
I know. Right?
I'm like, "Oh, Nikita."
Dear God, if I ever figure out how to get all of the gifts I have of Aaron Stanford on something, I will link you to it. I have over 1,000.
Oh my God.
Probably more. Well, I do role play as 3 of his characters.
All at the same time.
I do.
I've seen it.
Uh-huh. Because yeah,
I have
honestly,
of reaction gifs that I never use because now Twitter and Tumblr have that thing where you just search for the one you're looking for. So there's like a folder where I saved them, but I don't have to upload them anymore.
I get frustrated with that one where you search for it on Tumblr, so I just have an easier time with searching through my folders.
If I'm on my computer, that's fine, but like I don't have any on my phone. They don't work on iPhone.
No, mine. You've seen my phone. The internet doesn't work on my phone.
But like I'm not usually on my laptop when I'm watching TV because it's just too much.
Yeah.
Too many screens. It's easier to look at a phone and a TV at the same time than a computer and a TV.
Is there a chance we can pause for like 2 seconds?
Can we pause this one without?
I don't know, or can I just be right back?
I don't know if we can. Yeah, I don't know if we can pause.
All right, I'll just be right back. You can entertain the fans for 2 minutes.
All right. 2 minutes all by myself?
Yes. I'll be right back.
We currently have 0 viewers on the thing, so. Hello, 0 viewers. I'm going to see what's going on over here. Oh my goodness. When she gets back, we're going to talk about time tracks because there is no way I'm letting this show happen without talking about time tracks. You haven't seen time tracks because it's not on anything. But we're going to talk about it. There was a dude who was in love with his credit card. And she was in love with him. It was great. It was so stupid. Well, his credit card was actually a hologram projector because he was a time-traveling cop from the future. It was awesome. So stupid. Yeah, she was a hologram. But, like, she looked like his mom. So, like, it was very strange. Very strange. I don't know if you can hear my niece talking, but that's what I'm talking to. Oh, man. Let's see. And probably Joy did not see Island City because I'm pretty sure I was the only person on the planet that saw Island City. But it was one of my favorite things. It really was for like several years in the 90s. It was the best. I know, like I'm talking to future viewers. I'm talking to replay viewers. Wonder what she's doing. I heard a sound.
Okay, I'm back.
Ooh, thank you, though. Like right now.
There. There we go. Screen will stop wobbling around so much. I have you on a table now.
On a table?
Oh.
So now when you laugh, you won't shake the whole world?
Right? Just a little bit. Just a minor. I don't have anything to drink anymore. Shoot.
Here, have some of mine.
Yay! Thank you. Jesus. Okay, just
chewing
step
on that
away.
poor straw.
All right. So to step away from live action into some old school animation, gargoyles.
Gargoyles!
All right. Okay, that's the reaction I was looking for.
I love that show so much. I still love that show. I have the first.
Oh my gosh.
It is the greatest thing in the entire world. Hard drive on my first 3 computers was called Goliath, And my external was called Elisa.
Nice. I love that.
They like seriously. That show was, I forget that show was Disney because it was made like the Batman animated series, which was also awesome.
Yes, that was also an awesome nostalgic animated show.
This is
But
my favorite
Gargoyles,
Batman.
yeah, I get so frustrated because like every once in a while in the like out of nowhere they'll go, oh, we're bringing Gargoyles back. We're doing a live action Gargoyles movie, and I'm just like, stop it! Stop tormenting us! Just give it to us all on DVD already.
That's another one that had a weird last season though.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's not a full set on DVD.
No, there is not.
I have two separate. I think I have first and second seasons, or part of both seasons, but they're on like unmatched DVDs because they were released 6 or 10 years apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, why can't you just give me that show?
I know, I mean, come on, even freaking Beast Wars is all out on DVD now, Transformers. But what Gargoyles that aired at the same time? Come on, Disney, get up and give it to us on DVD already.
Well, it never quite fit in with the Disney look.
No.
So maybe or the Disney theme, so maybe they're just denying that it ever existed.
Very possibly, yeah.
Like, I never saw no Gargoyles, Tsum Tsums, or whatever they're called. The Disney store.
Is that when that aired, Barbara? Okay, thank you. So that was like 21 years ago for Gargoyles. According to Barbara, it was September of '94.
Your face, Barbara. I'm not that old.
Yeah, and Beast Wars was on around the same time. She was there when it premiered. And that was Fox. Again, that was Fox. See, I used to love Fox. It's so long since I've done that.
Like the whole time that X-Files was on, they had good stuff. And then after X-Files, when they started canceling everything. All the time, as a matter of course. To the point where if a show gets renewed on Fox now, I'm surprised. I did not expect Lucifer to get renewed. Like,
yeah, same here.
It was amazing.
It is amazing. It's like, good stuff comes up on Fox and it either turns to crap or it gets canceled because it's too good. Because it was like, what was it?
Whoever buys their shows and whoever supports their shows must be like opposite. It must be like Jekyll and Hyde. Like they don't agree because someone keeps buying really good shows and letting them happen, and then whatever happens next screws them up or cancels them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why do you keep buying the shows if you're not going to support them and let them go?
Right.
I don't understand. Like, what is their plan? The channel just for everyone to hate them always.
It's like, yeah, it was it. Oh God. Okay. Since we're gonna talk about bad Fox news, Fox canceled Transformers, Beast Wars. I was obsessed with it as Beast Wars is like one of my early fandoms online. Actually, I made a lot of friends from that fandom. That actually, oddly enough, I'm only friends with one of them anymore.
It was so long ago. Like any friend from 20 years ago was like,
yeah. Well, if it were not for the honestly, if it were not for the Beast Wars fandom, I would probably not know Barbara.
What?
Yeah. Because I made friends with Psycho Girl, and she was on another forum where she knew Barbara, and she introduced me to Barbara, but I met the Psycho Girl because of Transformers.
What are you doing, weirdo?
But yeah, Fox canceled Beast Wars, and there was like such a huge uproar from like the fandom about it that they made a whole nother show based around the same exact characters, and it was like the stupidest shit ever. It made no sense. Like they changed all the characters around from like what they were in the original series. It was just like,
why would they do that?
Why?
Everybody.
Yeah, it's like you. I'm not watching you. I think I watched like one season and then I got like a half a season for the second season and that was it.
Not even like why? Why? Okay.
What?
I don't even have words. I didn't even watch it and I don't even have words.
Right?
Like, it's the most annoying thing when they change a show that's working.
Like when okay, in like the first season of Beast Wars, they had the kid character who was like a teenager really, and he was like annoying as hell, but he matured over the 4 season arc of the series to the point where you could respect his decisions and he didn't just race blindly into everything. And then they canceled the show and they did Beast Machines, which was the sequel series, and he literally reverted back to his idiotic teenager mode in Beast Machines, and it drove me nuts.
So they basically just negated the entire good show.
Yeah, basically. And I literally only watched I have all 4 seasons on DVD, so every once in a blue moon, I'll just pop a DVD in and remember my childhood briefly.
She's sitting over here showing me pictures of Tom Hiddleston and Sebastian Stan all shirtless and frequently less than shirtless.
Oh, okay, put that in front of the camera. I'd like to see. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to find it again now. If you just sit here laughing and distracting me with talking.
Yeah.
Speaking of cartoons, did you ever see Jason the Wheeled Warriors in the 80s?
What was it?
Jason the Wheeled Warriors. It's like the best thing that never happened.
Oh, I like that picture. We'd probably get a ton of fans if we just showed that picture at the start of every show.
I'll tell Middleton, give me Sebastian Stan, and then we'll just talk, but we'll show them.
Yeah, we'll just have Sebastian Stan and Chris Evans up on the screen through the whole video. This is what we really look like. Oh my. Oh my.
I can't even with that picture. I just like my brain goes blank.
Basically, yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, my list is almost done. How about you pick a couple shows?
Let's see. It's right in the middle of the 80s. There was a show called Misfits of Science.
Okay, I don't remember that.
And Courtney Cox in it.
Courtney Cox, really?
She was in He-Man, which is also awesome and should be talked about. Have you seen the He-Man movie?
The He-Man movie? Yeah, I saw that. No 80s child didn't see that.
Yep.
I'm literally looking up
in the theater last year.
Oh my god. Okay, there we go.
Science. But yeah, before that, she was in a show called Misfits of Science. Where there was literally Misfits of Science. There's like 5 of them. And they had weird powers. Like there was the tallest guy was a basketball player who could shrink down to like this big, and he was always looking for airbags because he was the only one who could get out. And like she would
interesting.
And grab her head, and then everything would go negative, but things would fly across the room. And it lasted like 4.5 minutes. I'm pretty sure only me and my brother watched it. I got this was science, and then people are like, "What?" It was like 1985 or 1986. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I made it overseas, so somebody must have liked it, but
Yeah.
I told everybody while you were gone that we were going to talk about time tracks.
Time tracks?
Watch time tracks?
Nope. I've never heard of it.
Never saw it.
No, I didn't.
There was a guy. He was a time traveler from the future
Uh-huh.
to round up people who escaped from jail. Like in Continuum, like way cheesier.
Okay.
His only connection to the future was a credit card that was actually a holographic projector of his artificial intelligence assistant who would inform him about stuff because he didn't know anything because he was from the future. But she was in love with him, and he was kind of in love with her, and she looked like his mom.
Interesting.
So it was so weird. It was so weird. But I loved it. Like, I'm pretty sure it was only on for one season, maybe like half a season.
Right.
Done, and Stella was in love with him. And every week he had to catch a new villain. It was stupid.
Villain of the week.
It was great. I keep waiting for it to show up on DVD or something, because periodically some random ass show that no one ever watched shows up on DVD.
Right.
I keep waiting for that to be one of those, but it hasn't yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm pretty sure I have it. If it ever shows up, email Amazon.com will email me though, because I asked for it and they have that option where they're like, if this becomes available.
Nice, nice.
There's enough nail polish in there for like one man to test it out. You probably also didn't see Island City, did you?
Island City?
City.
I never heard of it.
It wasn't even a show. It was a movie that was a pilot for a show that never got picked up.
Oh,
So, like,
okay, so it was like one of those 2-hour pilot episodes, but they could play it off as it's just a movie.
Yeah.
Things.
They used to play it on
Got it.
your TBS or something in the middle of the afternoon in like 1992.
Okay, see, that was like that little stretch of time I didn't watch TV.
Yeah. It was like a sci-fi. Will you stop it? I'm trying to do a show, dude. Yeah, there was like the world was all devastated and the only people left were inside of a dome, which was the island city.
Oh, okay. See, that would have been my cup of tea because I love that, and I've always loved the end of the world stuff.
But like, there was all these fun ideas that were handled really cheesily. Because it was 1992.
Yeah.
But like everyone who was not inside the city, if there was anyone left, they were all mutated into like cavemen.
Oh, that's creepy.
Except for one guy who was inside who looked like a caveman, but still had a brain like a normal human and was actually really smart and thoughtful.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Like, everybody had a crystal that was embedded in their chest that marked genetic compatibility so that they wouldn't inbreed or whatever and create more of the caveman people.
Interesting.
And his was black because he couldn't breed with anybody.
Oh, that's sad. Sad panda.
Yeah. Like there was a kid who was addicted to virtual reality because the world sucked, and there was an attack from the outside. Like it was so fun. But I think no, it was goofy as crap. It wasn't the least bit depressing.
It wasn't the least bit depressing at all. No.
It was like that early '90s sci-fi trying to be serious but not knowing how to do it yet.
Uh-huh.
And it didn't get picked up, so it never got better.
That's funny. Yeah, there was this like period in the 90s where they did a bunch of really shitty sci-fi, like not as shitty as what we're getting these days, but you know, like a couple levels below, you know, like the TV shows that the Sci-Fi Channel are putting out now. You know, it was like that little bit of there's that little bit of time between, you know, like when Sequest and Sliders and all that. They're on my list, Barbara. Um, and then then you had this span of time where, you know, it took a while to come up to the next shows that were gonna like take that sci-fi mantle on and, you know, move forward. And like you had at that period after the end of like, you know, Sequest and Sliders, you started getting the Star Trek shows. Told you they were on my list. I was getting to them. It did, yes, but they.
DS9 was 93.
Yeah. 97 to 2001.
How I know these, but I don't remember a damn thing in school.
I don't know either, you know?
Yeah.
We can see you, Barbara. Yeah, I can see your head.
I can tell you every single thing about the first 5 seasons of X-Files, but I can't tell you a damn thing about history.
Yeah, no, but no, I have to think as I talk, so I'm talking a lot slower. Oh, I know, I heard her. No, it's fine. I just didn't. I forgot. No, go ahead and throw it away then. It's almost empty, anyways. Hi. What was I going to say? Oh, but then you know, we got Star Trek: The Next Generation, which I've only watched a few episodes of. Really, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't know. It's not really my cup of tea. I do enjoy the episodes when I watch them. I just can't watch it continuously. I loved Voyager. I loved Voyager.
I love Next Gen.
I'll give DS9 a chance. Yes.
DS9 I thought was better.
Okay. What were you saying now, Sammy?
My niece's middle name comes from DS9.
Oh, what is your niece's middle name?
Nerys. She's named after Kira Nerys, the Bajoran in DS9.
The Dejorian?
Bajoran.
Oh gosh, you're breaking up so horribly.
Oh no.
Type it over here. Type it for me.
Type it over here.
Yeah. She says her niece's middle name comes from a character in DS9.
Oh, Kira.
Kira?
Yeah.
Or Nerys. Oh yeah, Nerys. Yeah, the Bajoran. Okay. I don't think there's anyone in my family who's got fandom names. Not that I know.
Yeah, there was a whole thing when my sister got pregnant, and my dad was like, "Fine, but I get to pick the name," and he picked that because that was his favorite show.
Yeah. When my mom was pregnant with me. My mom had named my sister, and my dad said that he wanted to name me. And my mom's like, well, they made an agreement that if I was a boy, my dad could name me, but if I was a girl, my mom would name me. And my dad wanted to name me Jor, Jor. And it was from some sci-fi book he was reading at that time. Yeah, yeah. And my mom's like, oh my God, I prayed every day after he told me Jor that you would be a girl. And I'm like, I'm so glad I'm a girl named Joy, not Jor.
It seems like it works. And Joy is only one letter different, so.
I know, right? But Joy is so much better than Jor. Literally, it's literally J-O-R. That would have been my name.
My little nephew says that your name fits you because every time he sees you, you're laughing.
You know, a lot of people say that. I'm a very happy person, but that's just because I'm good at being happy, I guess. I don't know.
It's a good thing to be good at.
Yeah, I try.
Anyway.
But yeah, I've never actually seen anything of DS9, and I will give it a try. I don't know.
It's the most adult of them. It's full of Shakespearean actors. Like, wartime is the theme of the show.
Okay.
The most adult.
What?
It's the most adult of them.
Yeah, I will give it a chance and see if I can get into it. I love Voyager. I never watched Enterprise.
I only watched the beginning of Enterprise. I wanted it to be so much better than it was.
Yeah.
Because they were selling it before it came out. They were like, this is the beginning of space travel. There's no transporters. There's no phasers. There's no universal translators. And then, like, 3 episodes in, they invent the transporter.
And it's like, no.
Honey, no.
I have a message. I know you want to come over here.
Hello,
Yeah.
Imogen.
It's my girl. She's gonna leave now, though.
You get this one to visit. I literally have to, like, lift my knee all the way up.
Oh, the moosey. Now I have a moose. A big yellow moose. Hi. Hi. Where's your sad face?
What's left? Did you watch Farscape by chance?
I did. I can keep my fan card. I watched Farscape.
Show.
Come on. Oh, shoot. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello.
Somebody hold on you.
Yeah, this is the moose. Okay, come on. You gotta get down. Thank you. Hello, Corgi Butt. Hi, Corgi Butt. I just got mauled by all 3 animals in the room.
Hey.
The only one you didn't see was the Corgi because he's so small. He's so tiny. He's short. He's short and stout. I'm proud of that.
Before 12 Monkeys, Farscape was previously my most intense show.
Yeah, Farscape was amazing when I did finally get to watch it. I'll admit I did not watch it when it originally aired, but I have seen it.
I saw the first 2 seasons when it aired, and then I went to college and didn't have a TV.
What, Barbara?
Firefly is over. Let it go.
Never.
It's just like Frozen. Let it go. It's over.
She gets annoyed with the Firefly fandom.
I watched it. I didn't like it.
Well, there's people who did like it.
How could you not like it?
She just didn't.
There are a million things out there that are bad.
Yeah, okay, Barbara.
Be quiet.
You're not on the show. You don't get to voice your opinion.
I have to go in the kitchen and I overhear topics that anger.
We weren't talking about Firefly. You brought it up.
We're talking about Farscape.
We were talking about Farscape, which is a far better show.
It's certainly lasted longer.
Yeah.
There was a lot more show.
Yeah. Though every once in a while I will post on my Twitter or my Facebook, I'm a leaf on the wind and upset millions of fangirls.
How dare you?
I love doing it. It's just fun to see people's reactions.
You are a terrible person.
I'm horrible. See, I am not a joyful person. Not at all.
You're totally mean.
I'm evil.
But Farscape, yes, Farscape was amazing.
Yes, it was when I did finally get to sit down and watch it. I just loved the characters. Though I was
I know, and, like,
kind
it
of
didn't
disappointed
matter-
in the miniseries, the miniseries that concluded their story. I was kind of disappointed in that.
Well, that was the same thing as we were talking about before. They were supposed to have a season. They were guaranteed the next season, and then they got canceled because that's
Right.
when Sci-Fi decided to be stupid for 10 years.
Yep.
And-
Sci-Fi was like, oh, we don't need you. Didn't Battlestar Galactica get canceled around that same time, and they had to do a rush to end it as well? Which is why we have that the shitty ending to that series as well.
I don't know, but the miniseries was 3 episodes that were supposed to cover an entire season's worth of story.
Right, exactly.
And so there was no way it could possibly have been good, but it was better than not having an ending at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the cliffhanger was them turned to crystal and shattered on the bottom of a lake.
Yeah, it was like, wait. Sorry. Long day.
That was an intense ship.
Yeah, that was. Hey, are you sure? I love you.
Also, there was literally an intense ship because Moy was awesome.
Yeah. All the relationship goals were on Farscape. Literally, you wanted to be a part of almost every relationship in that show.
I know. My favorite thing about the whole show from the very beginning was that they weren't professionals in any sense except maybe professional criminals.
Right. Exactly.
Most spaceship shows, they're military or they're. In Farscape, they were literally prisoners who literally escaped,
Mm-hmm.
and most of them were there by accident, and they were on the run, and the universe was gritty and dirty and weird looking, and there was so many aliens that actually looked like aliens.
Oh, I know. I loved it. It looked realistic, not like that fake rubbery crap.
Yeah, it wasn't cheesy. Even now, if you rewatch it, like the film quality is a little low, but the effects still hold up.
Yeah.
The story still holds up, and the acting and the makeup, like everything is really good. It was like the best thing that Rockney O'Bannon ever made.
It was. It was one of the last really good things that he did.
Yeah, he's made a couple of shows that haven't made it very far in the last couple of years.
No. Stop, Frasier. That's enough. Go on. Go. Thank you.
He's made several shows that I really like, but most of them don't last very long.
No, and that's the sad part. Like Alien that was Rockney S. O'Bannon, wasn't it? Alien Nation?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I did too. I loved that.
That one, it didn't last very long as a show, but it got 4 movies.
Yeah, it did. It did. It got 4 movies, but we just had like I think a season for the show.
Yeah, with 1 season, maybe 1.5.
Yeah, there was another one that was on around that same time as Alien Nation. I cannot remember. I just kicked the table.
What was it about?
Yeah. Oh, what was it? I'm trying to remember the details on it because I just had it in my head when we were talking about Alien Nation, and now it's like, oh, hi.
Alien Nation was when we first moved back to the country.
Yeah.
I only know a couple of the shows that were on at that time.
Yeah. I'm literally looking him up just to see what shows he made. Oh, he was a Farscape guy too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. He made Defiance?
Yeah, he did Defiance. That was one of his more recent things. Oh,
I really liked the first season of Defiance, and then I never saw the second, and then they canceled it.
Evolution and V. I think he did V. American Gothic, not that new crap that's on ABC, NBC. I don't even know who has it, but the show. What? One of those C's, yeah. But no, it was a show. It was called American Gothic, and it was on Sci-Fi back in the early '90s. And it was about this little boy who could like see the demons inside people and stuff. And it was a really good show. And of course, it got canceled.
I remember people talking about it, but I never saw it.
Yeah, that was another one of those really good ones that I got addicted to after it ended, and I'd like just sit there and watch the one season over and over again when it would air on Sci-Fi.
See, that happens so often, especially with shows that are on Fox or on Sci-Fi or on these channels that people don't trust because they cancel everything.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't put them on TV, then they're not going to get anything out of the show. So I don't understand why some of these shows are not on DVD.
Yeah.
How's anyone going to have seen them ever if they don't put them on DVD for after viewers?
Yeah, so like when the whatever C it is that has it came out with American Gothic, this new show, I was like, oh, did they remake it? And I went and Googled it, and I'm like, oh, it's just another version of Scandal.
Bleh.
Yeah, I'm like, eh.
Why are they gonna have the same name and not make it the same show?
You're right? Just like, God.
I don't like Scandal. I don't like any of those shows.
Yeah.
It's too much stuff, but not enough other stuff.
I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna have to call it here soon because my head is starting to split, which is why the one eye keeps closing.
Okay, well, we covered most of my list, so
yeah, we covered all of mine. I'm done. Like, except stuff just keeps popping into my head.
oh, another show.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? Birds of Prey. You know. Oh my God! Back when the CW, back then known as the WB, was trying to do the DC universe and like fell flat on their face. Yeah, the first one, and then I actually liked the first season of that show, but the second season I've never actually managed to get through it, even though I own it on DVD.
My brother has it on DVD, but I think I've only seen a couple of episodes. There was like a whole thing through the late 90s, early 2000s of like one season or half a season sci-fi shows. Yeah. Like there was one with a car that could change colors, and there was good. Yeah. Did you ever see this? This guy, he was paralyzed and he got like a super suit, and then he decided to be a superhero.
No, that doesn't sound familiar to me at all.
It was really good.
And like the only reasons I got into like Birds of Prey and Tarzan, was because I watched Buffy and Angel, and so I saw previews. I'm like, oh, those look interesting, so I'd watch those too. Back when Buffy and Angel were both on the WB, it will always be WB. I don't care if they change it to the CW.
Well, it's a different channel. They were on the WB.
Yeah. Because like me, I won't finish watching Angel now because I get so pissed off at the treatment of the characters in the final seasons. I watch like the first 4 seasons of Angel, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's it. The last 2 seasons don't exist. Yeah, the last 2 seasons don't exist. But that was like.
I stopped watching Angel after the whole mess with Cordy. Like, I love Cordelia. And I know the whole God Baby thing. I hate the God Baby story.
Jasmine, good. But there was a joke on the 12 Monkeys forum. I think it was me and Sarah White. We were going back and forth about it. We're like, yeah, what if this was before they had revealed that spoiler. The witness was Cole and Cassie's baby, and I said, well, what if it's Cole's baby and they have to it comes out full grown, and they have to, you know, the next time we see the baby's born, and then it gets whisked away by the 12 monkeys. The next time we see it, it's full grown, and then it's gonna sleep with Jennifer, and they're going to have a demon baby, and the witness is going to have to punch it. We just divulged into hysterical conversation, and neither of us mentioned Angel, but we both knew what we were talking about because we actually brought it up like a couple of weeks ago, and we're like, oh, you remember that? And then we were both like, oh yeah, that's from Angel, and we're like, yep.
It's totally the entire plot of Angel.
The Jasmine storyline bothered me so much under the fact that Cordelia changed Connor's diapers as a baby, and now she's gonna sleep with him.
I know, like, and it wasn't even that long ago for her.
Yeah, and the whole excuse that she had lost her memory just didn't fly with me.
No, like, the entire story was stupid. Like, beginning to end, it was stupid.
It was, yeah. And then that's the end of Cordelia because she's in a coma, and that's it. We see her one more time, and that's it.
Yeah. Like, they went to so many lengths between Buffy and Angel to make Cordy interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then her story
did that to her. Yeah, they did that to her.
So mad.
So mad. All right, I am gonna call it.
Okay, this is several hours of video.
Yeah, I think we've been at this since 1:15, and it's almost 9 o'clock my time. So yeah, I think it's time to call it. I think we covered enough shows this week. Maybe we can do another one in a couple months or something.
In the meantime, we'll come up with other stuff for our shows because
I'm sure. What did we say at the beginning of the show that we wanted to do a show on? One Hit Wonders. Yeah.
One season wonders.
Yeah, one season wonders. We definitely need to do one on that. That will be fun.
Several of these were.
Yeah, several of these were, so we'll probably rehash a couple shows, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us again this week. We will see you back probably next Tuesday because I will not be available this coming Saturday at all. And I will discuss with you when we can do our Dark Matter Killjoys show. And hopefully I can get through the rest of Dark Matter from last week and watch both Killjoys and Dark Matter before I leave the house on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're like
almost 3 weeks. We'll be 3 weeks behind this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to do a show sometime next week.
And I haven't done my reviews either. I'm gonna have to write up 6 reviews this week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad I don't write reviews or TV shows. Books are hard enough. All right. So I will talk to you later. I will see you soon. Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye. How do I do this time? How do I just leave? Or can you stop broadcasting?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop. Bye-bye.
Bye.